Ladies and gentlemen, break is over. We're in the second half of the men's college hockey season, and the Sled Classic is coming up. And we have a very special guest on this week. But before we talk about the Sled Classic, we want to get to know this person. And it's a very special person. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. I think for a second time now, Reese Laubach. Reese, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us to do this. It means a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. And I'm excited to talk about some sled hockey stuff.
Oh, for sure. So before we get into some sled hockey stuff, you're a California kid. Obviously, they have the San Jose Sharks, the Kings. How did you get into hockey? Where did your journey start?
Yeah, so I grew up in California. I was there until I was 16. My family's still there now. So I grew up as a huge Sharks fan. When I was four, my parents, or I guess my dad, took me to a Sharks game. He had gotten tickets through work or something. And he just took me. That I kind of fell in love with it immediately. Right after that, I wanted to start getting on the ice, start skating, start playing hockey. So within a couple of weeks, I was on the ice doing all that stuff, and then kind of just fell in love with it from there.
Did you play any other sports or was hockey always your first love?
Hockey was always kind of it for me, but I did play other sports growing up. I did kind of everything, baseball, soccer, school football, all that kind of stuff. Golf, all kinds of stuff, but hockey was always kind of the one.
Hmm.
When did you realize that hockey was the one sport you wanted to kind of run with?
To be honest, as soon as I started playing hockey for real, I was always all in on hockey. There was never really a second guess for me. Like I said, I did other sports and stuff in middle school and going throughout childhood and all that, but no, hockey was always the one.
So when you got a little bit older, you ended up at North Star Christian Academy. How did you end up there out of all places being from California?
Yeah, so I went to North Star right when COVID happened. It was that 2020 year. I had finished my 16 AAA year in San Jose. And I was kind of planning to go back or stay home, I guess, for one more year before eventually leaving to be whatever was next. And when COVID happened, California really kind of just shut down. Everything shut down. The rinks were locked and sealed, bolted up. So um, I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity to go tour North Star, see North Star. As soon as I was there, I kind of fell in love with it. Just the people, the community there, and then obviously like the coaching and the guys I got to hang out with every day was a huge part of it too. So um, I was just it was really a blessing that I was able to show up in North Star at that time and have a spot on the team. And then I was there for 2 years and I loved it.
And you mentioned how welcoming like the coaching staff was and the players were. And coming from California, obviously that's a big move. You're halfway across the country. How were you able to adjust to that move?
Yeah, people ask me that all the time. Like, I was 16 leaving home to go from California to northern Minnesota. So it's not probably the easiest move some people think, but um, it felt like home immediately. Like the billet family I had was amazing. I still talk to them to this day. The guys on my team that I lived with are awesome. Still some of my best friends now. So, um, you know, it felt like home immediately.
And then after North Star, you went to the USHL. What would you say was like the biggest jump from North Star to the USHL to junior hockey?
Yeah, I think junior's a different world. Going from a prep school where there's not a whole lot of people and the coaches are solely focused on your development and caring for you, and then going to junior where it turns into a business. I think that jump from youth hockey to junior is where it becomes a business. Um, so you're just another player to them down in Omaha. And it was a great learning year for me. I went through so many ups and downs and like trials and stuff that year that, have really made me better. In the moment, I thought it sucked. I hated it. But where it got me is unbelievable. So, there's bright spots of junior. There was really, really downs. Um, but it really got me to where I am today.
And now, like, I know whenever we're hanging out, I hear a lot of you guys, you talk a lot of trash about your junior leagues and which one's the best. Would you still say, with all the rule changes and everything, that the USHL is still the top dog junior league, or do you think those Canadian leagues have kind of overtaken it?
Ah, man, to be honest, I honestly have no idea anymore. It's so much different from when I was there. And I don't pay a whole lot of attention to it anymore. So it's really hard to say like what is better now. Obviously with the rule change, it changes everything. But yeah, to be honest, I don't I don't know. I'm always gonna fight for the USHL one just because I'm not gonna let those guys win that battle. But I really don't know.
I remember like the first day that all of the Canadians were here over summer for 30 minutes. That was the entire argument. No, this is better. No, this is better. Just the entire day. It was all just about that. That's so
Oh
funny.
yeah, that's still the same argument every year. Oh, nothing's changed.
So, in between your Minnesota year and USHL, you were drafted by your hometown team, San Jose Sharks. Can you explain how you felt in that moment? Like, how was that?
Yeah, it was a pretty surreal feeling. It's something that I knew was a possibility going into it, but I was not expecting it. Obviously playing prep school, there's nothing guaranteed no matter how good of a year you have. So like I said, going into it, that was like, oh, there's a chance maybe. But wasn't expecting a whole lot. So I watched parts of the draft, kind of stayed updated on it. And when it happened, it was really a shock to me. Um, to be honest, I don't really remember a whole lot of it. It was like that kind of feeling, especially it being San Jose, the team I grew up like loving and being like a diehard fan. So it was really cool. Like it was one of the coolest experiences I've had for sure.
That's awesome. Hometown kid. That's so cool. And now also, how did you end up at Penn State out of all schools, being from California again? Seems like another far jump for you. What did that look like?
Yeah, so going back to my North Star time, I had actually committed to Minnesota State Mankato. I was committed there for close to 4 years actually. I
Wow.
committed when I was 16, and my whole time in Minnesota, my whole time in junior, up until like the very end, I was committed to Minnesota State. And with there was a coaching change that happened during my junior year, or my year in juniors, I guess I should say. So I kind of had to rethink things, and talk to my family a ton, talk to my agent a bunch, and we thought the best decision would be kind of reopen that my commitment, I guess, and see what other options I'd have. And immediately, Penn State was my first call. They were talking to me, and within, I don't know, I would say a week or two, I was on a plane coming out here to visit. Um, and then I was here for, I don't know, 48 hours maybe. And by the time I left, I knew that's where I wanted to be. So I remember calling Gads in the Pittsburgh airport and being like, I'm in, like I'm
Um,
here. So yeah, it was kind of chaotic. I wasn't committed to Penn State forever like some of the guys were, but I couldn't be more happy and blessed to be here now.
that's awesome.
Yeah, what was it about Penn State that made it feel like home, especially coming from your obviously California? It's the weather's super warm, it's super beautiful there. Not that I've ever been, and then you come to Pennsylvania where it doesn't even snow anymore. It's just all slushy crap. The grass is dead all the time. There's no leaves on the trees. With all that against you, what made Penn State so special and made it feel still like home despite being so far away?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of things. Like I said, like I've lived in Minnesota, I've lived in Nebraska. I've kind of lived through all kinds of different weather. So that wasn't really a huge part of it for me. Like I'd heard whatever, it's winter. And to me in my head, I was like, nothing's as bad as northern Minnesota. So it wasn't so much about the temperature or where the place is necessarily. It was like the coaching staff and the people I met when I got here. Um, I remember the first meeting I had with Gads was in the locker room, and he had like video pulled up of me from my year, and he was like, "This is good, this is bad," whatever it was. I don't remember exactly what the video clips were, but um, it was like those interactions that was like, okay, like this is legit. This is sweet. And then obviously getting to drive around campus, see the school, seeing Beaver for the first time is pretty cool. So, getting able to see that stuff and I was able to have my parents here, so they saw it too, and we were able to talk about it. I guess I should just say it wasn't that much. It was just a little bit of talking, but we were all on board as soon as we got through all that stuff.
Love that. Has your past 2.5 years exceeded your expectations? How's everything going?
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Good.
I wouldn't trade any of it for anything. The to think where we were in my freshman year, and then have the season we did last year, and then like what's happening now with our program is it's unbelievable. Like it's really cool to see. We've made such like great strides as a program, and we still got things we want to accomplish, and we're working our way towards that. But to see the steps that we're taking it's been great.
Love
And
that.
like you see how much like success the program has had. When you stepped on campus as a freshman, obviously the expectations are to win a national championship, are to be successful. But did you, in the back of your mind, ever think that this program would reach the heights that it's reaching and be as successful now as it is?
But to be honest, like that's part of the reason I came here. Like I knew, well, the year I had committed. It was about end of April, early May. So they were 2 weeks out from or I guess a month out from just losing to Michigan in overtime of the regional. So I was able to actually watch that game with no intention at the time of going to Penn State. Um, I was actually in Waterloo for whatever we were playing in Waterloo, and it was on TV. So I was like, all right, let's watch this. This is sweet. Um, watch it. Great game. They ended up losing in overtime. And at the time, it meant nothing to me. I was like, oh, like whatever. A month later, I'm here seeing that, knowing that I have an opportunity to play at a school that is fighting for a national championship every single year, and they were that close. That was a big selling point for me. Like my whole goal as a kid, like yes, it was playing the NHL. Like it's you want to be a pro hockey player, all that. But my goal since I've been like 12 and start like watching college hockey is win a national championship. So like to come to a place where that is a real like possibility was huge for me.
And
Not
we've talked
only
to a lot of the guys about it, like with the chemistry in the room and all that. I'm sure I kind of gave away the answer to the question, but apart from all the loaded talent and the sports center commitments you guys are getting, what do you think takes this team to the summit to win a national championship this year?
Like you said, I think it's the buy-in from everyone. The tightness of our group, on and off the ice. Like I think that's what really gives us the ability to go to that next level. Because like we had last year, like we were so close. We were 1 game, 2 games away. So like the group we have this year, we brought in a ton of skill, brought in a ton of pieces to get us to that next point. So, we have a great group. We're looking to continue to build, but um, as we push down here to the last, I don't know, 15, 20 games, um, that's what's on our mind is every day working toward that.
so how does it feel to have been named the newest alternate captain of the team?
It's pretty cool. It's an honor for sure. It's not something I was expecting this year, but I'm thankful that my teammates see me in a way that I can be a leader on this team. We had great captains before, and I think we still have a great group of leaders, even like guys who don't wear letters. I think everyone's a leader in their own way. So that's just a testament to the group we have, the guys that we have, and um, shows like what our goal is as a team.
Love that.
And I think too, and this is where I want to kind of transition. You getting the A is not just a testament to your leadership, it's also a testament to your character. And this is heavily, I've seen it heavily with what you and Dane have been able to do with the Sled Classic, which is coming up. Well, this episode will be out by the time it's already happened, but it's coming up this Sunday.
I'll post
Um,
it before.
okay, you'll post it before. All right, I trust you. I trust you. So obviously, when you come in, Dylan Lugris is kind of piloting that. First and foremost, what was your first experience with sled hockey? And then how did you get involved in taking over the operation of the whole event?
Yeah, so when I came in as a freshman, um, Lugs was he was always inviting us to stuff like this. They'd make it like a thing, like, hey, like, let's get guys to come, like, let's come out on Sunday mornings for an hour, play sled hockey, right? So immediately, I was like, all right, like, let's do it. I was kind of raised like, go help out, go do whatever you can do. Like that's how I was raised. So when Luke's told me about that opportunity, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like that's gonna be fun. Let's do it. And as soon as I came out with you guys the first time, I was like, this is awesome. Like this is great, right? So like I kept coming, I kept going as much as I could, as much as our schedules allowed for. And um, when he graduated last year, he's like, "Hey, like, do you want to take over this?" And I was like, "Yes, 100%, like 100%." I feel like I've grown pretty close with you and all the other people who make it run. So it's been cool. It's been a different way to look at it and a different way to, you know, the things that we've done, me and Dane, and ton of credit to everyone for helping out. But like watching Luke's do it last year was cool. It was great to see him do that. And I have a whole new respect for him now that me and Dane are working on and doing all this stuff now to, that he built this from nothing. So it's great. Like I'm super excited for the event. I think everyone is, and it's going to be a great one this year.
Love
Do
that.
you think, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep like cutting you off, but
No, you're
you mentioned
good.
like you were the young guy that kind of took it over. Obviously, you still have some time here at Penn State, but are there any, not necessarily freshmen, but underclassmen guys younger than you that you have seen could possibly jump in that role just because of the kind of leaders and people that they are?
Yeah, there's definitely some. It's hard to say right now. I want to. I mean, I still have a year and a half or so left of being there and helping out as much as I can. So, I want to see like who really buys into it and who enjoys it, um, before I like try to hand it off to someone. But like me and Dana are gonna do the best we can for the next year and a half to take this program and take the state college Coyotes to the top. So it's been a ton of fun for both of us, and I mean everyone really. Just we all enjoy it so much.
I do. I certainly do. And what you guys do for not only like myself, but I always say it's bigger than me. It's the team. It's absolutely and like undescribable. So thank you guys. I'll flip it back to you for some more questions, I guess.
Well, first I was just gonna say, obviously, we're on Zoom because we needed to do an emergency meeting so that we could get this out before the classic this weekend. I wasn't gonna
Yep.
post it after, Max. Who do you think I am? But yeah, obviously we're on Zoom, but I just wanted to ask, Reese, do you remember like your first time getting in the sled? Like I remember freshman year when I first worked it, like everyone was like falling over, no one could stand up. It was definitely a test of your strength. It was you wouldn't imagine that you guys were all as athletic as you were. It's kind of like a hard thing to adjust to, but do you remember like your first experience with it and stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%. Go like the first time I went, I was like, all right, like thinking I'm like athletic. I'm like, all right, let's go do this. Like, yeah, we'll go do this. And I just made a fool of myself, like completely. We all did. We're all falling over, and you guys are just skating circles around us, and it's like, all right, like let's figure this out. And I think we've gotten a little bit better. We can't quite keep up yet, but no, it was a humbling experience the first time for sure.
That is so
No, no,
funny.
honestly, it's honestly kind of scary how good you guys have gotten over the past few years. I don't think you're nowhere near good enough yet to beat us on Sunday, but I
Ah,
the
we'll see.
progress that you made from day one to now has been incredible.
We'll
What's
see.
the record? Who's leading the
I think the
scoreboard?
Coyotes are 3-0.
I
Okay.
think so. I think we're gonna.
Wow.
I think we're gonna get one on Sunday
You're
though.
And
It'll be
I
you're
tough.
played
out
for
for
Penn
it.
State one year and I still couldn't help them. So you guys
Oh,
might be lost.
yeah, I think.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, Max, I kind of wanted to switch this over to you because obviously you're a member of the State College Coyotes. Do you mind telling like the audience how you got involved with that and how you started playing sled hockey?
Yeah, for sure. So I started playing sled hockey when I was 11 years old. My orthotist recommended a program in the Hershey area. I'm from the Scranton area. He recommended a program in the Hershey area, so not too far from me. I tried it for the first time, and whenever I or people ask me about it, whether it's an interview or just casual conversation, I always say it feels like you're flying. It's such a freeing feeling because for somebody like me, you're getting out of your wheelchair, or if you're an amputee, you're removing your prosthetic, and it's a level playing field. And growing up, especially coming from northeastern Pennsylvania, Penn State football and the Steelers and the Eagles, they run the state of Pennsylvania, and the sport of football does. And I was naive enough at that age to believe that I was going to play college football and that I was going to play in the NFL. Obviously, when that dream ended, it was a bummer, but then I found a sport like sled hockey where I knew, like, hey, I can take this to a professional level. And then when Penn State called and the adaptive athletics program started to recruit me, that was like a dream come true because you go from being that kid that wants to play Penn State football to now still being able to be a Penn State athlete. It means a ton. So after I played in Hershey for about 2 or 3 years, I played in Philly for a few years, and then I came to State College, and the growth that I've seen in the program has been incredible. Um, Obviously, with what Dylan has done and what Reese and Dane will do and continue to do, has been a big backbone. But apart from the financing and raising the money, just how we've been able to change as a program. We went from a community-based team to now we have been fortunate enough to have two rosters because we have so many players where we can compete in competitive tournaments, but we could also have just a recreational thing where people are just able to play a sport and be active. So it's been incredible. And I'm so excited to see what this event is going to bring. It sounds like a lot of people are going to pack the house on Sunday morning, and I encourage people donate, 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 and support the program in any way you can. And Reese, I kind of want to ask you about it because you and Dane have been organizing this whole thing and running the promotions. How can people get involved and support the program?
Yeah, so um, Alexis has been super helpful with all of us, and she set up a GoFundMe. Um, if you guys want to throw that link on there or something, there's a GoFundMe for the State College Coyotes that has an explanation of everything that's going on, what the State College Coyotes are, and it explains kind of the event and what it does. So, like Max said, like donate, donate, donate. Um, your donations are going to a great cause. Um, you know, those donations go to things like helping pay for equipment, travel, whatever else it is that the Coyotes need. So donate, please. It is much appreciated, and the Coyotes really appreciate it.
So I'll just pull up some of the fun questions now.
Okay.
Um, would you rather have invisibility or be able to fly?
Um, Probably be able to fly.
And why?
You get places quicker. You don't have to sit in traffic.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like that'd be the most convenient.
That's true. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Well, I gotta think about that. 100 horse. Wait, say that again. 100 duck-sized horses or
Yep.
one horse-sized duck?
Yep.
Oh, geez. Let's go with the one horse-sized duck.
Why do you not the
I mean, it's a duck. I don't think it can do a whole lot.
That's true. Yeah. 100 of you versus one gorilla. Who wins?
100, 100 maybe me. Anything lower than that, probably the gorilla.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather miss an open net or fail during a break or fall during a breakaway? I can't talk.
Miss an open. Oh, miss an open net.
Really?
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, I guess
I
fall
would
during.
rather not do either, but like
Well, you
missing
can like
open
close the
nets
gap
like
between you and the
happen.
defender on the breakaway and then like claim it was tripping and then it doesn't look as bad.
I mean, if you put it that way, I'd rather do that. But like if it's just like clear cut breakaway and you fall, like I mean, I'd rather miss an empty net. Either way, you're not scoring.
That's true. That's true. I'm familiar with that. Would you always know when someone is lying or always be able to get away with lying?
Probably know if someone's lying.
Would you rather a luxury hotel or go camping in the woods?
Camping in the woods.
Explore
Stalker.
space or the bottom of the ocean?
Sports. Ocean.
Always get stuck in traffic or always have slow internet?
Slow internet.
Be stuck in a rom-com or an action movie?
Oh, action movie for sure.
What action movie would it be?
Oh man, probably like some sort of like military like Top Gun or one of those like military movies.
Okay. Always sing instead of speak or always dance instead of walk?
Dance instead of walk.
Dance instead of, you're not a good singer?
I can't see myself singing all day.
Who's
That's
the
not
best
me.
singer on the team, do you think?
Hmm. I think Nolan Collins got a pretty good version of Atlantic City for himself. So I'd go with
Okay.
him.
Okay. And would you rather give up your favorite food forever or eat it for every meal?
Probably give it up forever.
What is your favorite food?
Hmm. I mean, I would probably say it's like steak and
Okay.
mashed potatoes. I'd say it's like go or like best meal, but I think I could live without it if it was all I was eating forever.
All right. And none of those questions really had a wrong answer, but this one does. What's your score prediction for Sunday?
Um, Let me say 20 minutes, so I'll probably have like 5 goals. You guys probably won't have it. Probably like 6-0, 6-1.
Six
I'll give
nothing.
you
All
one.
right.
Give you guys one.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know the last time you actually scored in a practice scrimmage, but we'll see what happens.
Well, Reese, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, make sure you please donate to the State College Coyotes, and we will see you Sunday for the event. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your night, though, to be here and talk with us. It was urgent. We had to get this out. So
Oh,
thank you so
100%.
much.
100%. Thanks, guys.